Okay, so this could be a long video, actually. I'm not sure. This is to cheer up a friend. And the music is Argentinian. Do you know who we're trying to cheer up? Can you guess? Okay. So I'm just going through these. I'm just going to go through these chronologically, because you like these kind of things, and also because it's quite possible that I had a stroke. I'm not sure. I fainted. I've collapsed on the ground, and then I quit drinking. For a month, just to see like what happened, why did I collapse? And so then I figured out that it was actually the tobacco and the marijuana. So this is for me, and it's also to cheer up a friend. So we're going chronologically through these books to remember now while we can remember, because who knows what could happen, Tomorrow I could be dead. So we're on Gin and Tonic number 4, and we're walking and talking and discussing Nietzsche. So if there was a stroke, it couldn't have been that bad, right? Because so we'll start with the Dexter and Vicky. This is 1993 to 1994, and this is about it's actually about Dexter Romweber. He's the guitar player for Flat Duo Jets, and he was in love with Vicky, a waitress from the Village Cafe, and we love Vicky. She's awesome. She's just awesome. Anyway, it's terrible, and this is not the first one. Actually, the first one that I wrote was called Dear Birdie, and a few people have it, but I think I have it on microfilm, so that's fine. Some of the stuff is on microfilm, and some of the stuff is not on microfilm. So this is on microfilm. So we don't really. It's a terrible novel. It's terrible. It's about a traveling musician who falls in love with. Well, it's a fictional story about Dexter Romweber and Vicky. I can't remember her last name, but it's terrible. It is what it is. So that's 1994. So, and then after that, these should be chronological. So then I wrote Darla Nilmont in the Land of Sand. And you can see this, I'm not sure, there's no year on this, but this was definitely the one that came after Dexter and Vicky, and it's basically about a crippled girl who crawls through the sand, and these are the characters, the cast of characters. And actually, if I remember correctly, this was meant to be a play, like a drama, and it's God, what is it about? It's about this woman who, it's a lot of pages. It's really, I think I spent like around 1 year or 2 years on this. The Waltz Machine Revealed. It's about a crippled girl who crawls through the sand, and she meets these different characters. And it's a kind of meditation on the sort of the ridiculousness of the Trinity. And, you have the Holy Ghost, the fleas of enchantment. You have... it's a crazy thing meditating on polytheism. It's nuts. It's just nuts. And then I moved to San Francisco, so I think this would be like 1990 something. And this is, I spent a long time on this. This is basically a fantasy about Kitty Moody, which is the daughter of Samantha Moody and myself. So I'm sure she would probably not like to read this. I don't know. Or the family speaks its own private language or speaks in such mysterious illusions that one cannot make heads or tail of them. That's Soren Kierkegaard. And it goes through just, yeah, I mean, it's a crazy person, you know. It's letters to an imaginary daughter. And oh, thank you. Libby Stevens did the editing. She was a great, I mean, but these things are just so unpublishable, you know. Addie's Blood, these are the chapter titles. The abuse of objects caused an increase of love for their plight. Addie's decaying liver and the lifestyle she lives in Pittsburgh, which is garnished with violence. In Pittsburgh, I mean, it's just... Oh, this is cool, actually. This is, Control factor 1, control factor 2. This is chaos theory. This is like mathematics, actually. So you have the movement of the head, the focus, the shutter speed. This is chaos. This is chaos theory. We're sorting. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm not a mathematician. The professional ceiling watcher. It's great stuff. I mean, it's night thoughts of detail in marble. The attic wallpaper recreating itself in Arlington. Darkness. The content. Actually, the titles are very Jean-Paul. It's very Jean-Paul. Before I knew who Jean-Paul Richter was, it's absolutely. I'm realizing now that this is so Jean-Paul Richter. Her single mental photograph of Chaco's corpse, the despair of unknown celebrations from the memory of the tinsel that hung above the elevator doors. Like, that's the chapter title. It's just nuts. It's a crazy person, you know? It's a crazy person. And then I moved back to Richmond, and then we did The Girl Raven, which was ode to Colleen. God, what was her last name? I can't remember. I was so in love with her, Colleen. And she called herself Raven, and she was a stripper, an exotic dancer at the Paper Moon. So this was like a long, like, letter to her. Like, just, I spent like 6 months on this, writing, like, just talking to her. It's just nuts. It's a crazy person. I mean, it's just going on and on and on. Oh, and this was her perfume. She wore Spellbound. I would love to get a bottle of Spellbound. That would be Estee Lauder. Yeah, that would be made by Estee Lauder. And I had no idea that I would be a perfumer. I am now a perfumer. If you see off the camera, like that way, there is a perfume Abteilung where I make perfumes. I make terrible perfumes. Because making perfume is really hard. So anyway, this is just, yeah, it's ridiculous. And that's Amy Long. I think her name was Amy Long. No, that's Amy, God, what was her name? It's, shit, I can't remember. That, like I said, I had a stroke. So then, this is New Orleans. This is really funny. Copyright 1999. Like, but there's no name. Like I never signed them. There was no book. I mean, there was no I just put like, yeah, by Nate, 7/1990. So I spent, oh, come on, I spent more than 1 month on that. Or, yeah, I didn't sign them, but I just put a photo of myself, which is like me with long hair. But I think that's really funny, like copyright 1999, but copyright by who? Yeah, like, and this is for Sheila Gray. This is for Sheila Gray. This was a dream that I had, actually. Chicky, can you even read this? Chicky Bat the Sentry. And this is actually really cool. It's about an Indian. Yeah, there you go. For Sheila Gray, wherever you are. That's cool. We love Sheila Gray. I think I spelled her name wrong. God, I'm trying to remember. So this is it's about two children that live in like above a gas station. And there's this Indian guy. Chicky is me. And wait a minute. Chicky, wait. Okay, so Bat is me, and Chicky is a sort of fictional version of Sheila Gray. I'm not sure, and the Indian is this guy who, it's a meditation on time. Basically, it's a kind of, gosh, how to explain this? It's about two children that meet this Indian who stands still, and his name is Chintz. Chintz he is a sort of American Indian, not dots, feathers, not dots, and the sand clog stopwatch. Yeah, it's about time. It's a sort of meditation about time, and yeah, I'm trying to remember the point that I was trying to get across here, but it's about the innocence of children. The China Indians sleep and dead images. Yeah, they're all kind of the same, these crazy sort of fantasies. Yeah, so then we moved to this New Orleans, 1999, and then we have the 2000. We have workbooks were starting in the year 2000. These were basically like just for ideas, I would write anything down. They're workbooks. It's about just writing down ideas to make a fiction, So it could be anything. There's no limitation. There's no like trying. It's just, and these are like meticulously cataloged. Like, I was very serious about writing. I was very serious. The habit of taking the train ride only on rainy days to the apartment of an old girlfriend who does not live there anymore. It has miraculously remained empty, and he stares up at its rooms, smoking cigarettes and thinking of the same exact moment one time when he and her were inside them. It's cold, and he pulls up the collar of his raincoat. She has disappeared from the city. The door of the apartment is painted bright blue. All right, so it's just like random ideas. And I was so obsessive about like the numbers. Like that's thought number 000116. The habit of taking the train ride only on rainy days to the apartment of an old girlfriend who does not live there anymore. Like, it just goes on and on. Ah, well, this is notes for Chicky or Bat. Bat, or, oh no, that's Butt, sorry. On a nail, he feared this was going to hurt. The rainy day habit always disturbed him, the manner. Yeah, it goes on and on. It's just like, it's a crazy person. It's a crazy person. In that little alley with the low pink cement wall sitting on its shelf is the toy record player, similar to the one I had the top. Oh, this is great. Thought number 000154. That's about the Chesterfield building where I lived on the top floor. I lived in the penthouse building. This is a great story. And there were Chinese restaurants, not Chinese restaurants, but there were apartments in the Chesterfield building. This is in Richmond, Virginia. And they would just do illegal Chinese restaurants. Like, you'd walk into the Chesterfield building and you'd smell like 10 apartments cooking Chinese food. And then you'd find these flyers on your door like like Chinese food, you know, like, okay, that's cool. Like, it's right downstairs. Like, it was all Chinese people. It was so crazy. And, but what is this saying? The low pink cement wall. I'll turn it on. Yeah, so, okay, so this is cool. This is really cool. Thought numbers 150000154. I actually had a record player that the motor was broken. So the motor would, this is great. God, this is so great. Yeah. Here we go. Other side. The motor was broken, so it played the records like slower than normal, and I was enchanted. And this is what started the whole thing of listening to music slow. I'm realizing now, like, that's really cool. So I wrote that in living in New Orleans when I first moved to New Orleans. And this is actually, Jonathan is a book. That's a book. Jonathan is a book that I wrote about this boy. You see, I have all this paper at the end for notes. There should be photos here of him or drawings or something, but I'm not sure. Jonathan is this sort of like person who believes that he is a military hero, but he's not. It's a crazy, it's a really crazy book that I never finished. He thinks he's a military hero, and he reigns over these piles of trash, you know, like, it's a crazy book. It's actually really cool. But yeah, that record player, oh, I lost it. Anyway. So that's okay, so this is Jonathan. Turn to the center of her, but he had never seen any excrement. The only things which emerged were the epaulettes. Yeah, he wore epaulettes and coat. Metal as gifts for him. She must digest the bones and fur of cats. What? She must digest the bones and fur of cats. That's a terrible thing to say. Her stomach and... Oh, okay, so the pile of trash was actually a sort of a living thing. This pile of trash in New Orleans. And then Samsil was the reason that I moved to Austria, was to write the novel Samsil. So at the end... You should have some things in German because I started switching to writing German. Wow, this is like a lot, really a lot. I have to go over this again because the form of joy is an exact place. Yeah. Where is Samsel? So I think Samsel probably, yeah, okay. So that goes 2000, 2001. Oh, so this is actually earlier. The next workbook is the 2000s, and this is when I start writing in German, I think, with Träume and Schäume. That's nice. It's a nice thought. Dreams are foam. So this should be Samsel. Yeah. A psychic link between wolf and non-visible ghost or entity that expresses itself through the tube in the sky. Yeah. So this is when this just gets really weird. This was what I moved to Actually moved to Cologne, Germany, to write this book called Samsel, and Samsel is about it's a book of philosophy. It's about a woman who has a surgical addiction and who meets a wandering doctor. So it's about the interplay between a person with surgical addiction and mentally ill Wanderarts. You know, in the 19th century, you had these wandering doctors. The Wanderarts. You know, this is the person who goes around and so I'm just wondering. Yeah, I mean, these are just all a workbook is just going to be any kind of thoughts, but then you would also have fictional ideas, and then you'd have like the novel that you're working on, and then you'd also have the whatever. That's fun. She's waking up. We'll talk later. That's actually about the tattoo that Ange has on her ass, Mickey Mouse. Let me look at Mickey. No, you can't. Okay. Oh, sorry, Ange. Aw, this is about Ange. That's sweet. With this rock I thee wed. Mexican restaurants, flower. Yeah. So what is going on here? This is... Oh, this is actually architecture. I am doing architecture. I'm designing a house here. It looks like I'm actually designing a house. Yeah, that's cool. An open ceiling allowing rain and elements, a natural aviary. Yeah, I always wanted a house where birds were flying on the inside. That's really cool, actually. Sliding steel plate doors allows air and atmosphere of rain. You would have a rain room. So you'd have a house, but then you'd also have a room that the rain fell in. I mean, that's very Japanese, actually, right? Oh, this is crazy. This is like, the thermal mass ratio per thickness of wall. Adobe must be 3 feet thick. Concrete, I was serious about this. ConcreteNetwork.com. 300 feet. This is a crazy person. This is a crazy person. I mean, yeah. Oh, and these are plans for scarecrows. I remember, do you know Pat Kennedy? Pat Kennedy's a great writer, actually. He stopped writing, but I was building scarecrows. That's very Gunter Grass. Yeah, anyway, so 2000, I was actually in, I believe I was in Germany at this point. I was living in Cologne, Germany. I'm not sure. Liberty as indescribable chasm. Yeah, it's just talking to yourself. I'm talking to myself. Synthetic sake. Yeah, I mean, there are ideas for books here. I remember, yeah, there was something about synthetic sake. That's funny. That's a cool idea, actually. Yeah, this is scarecrows. I was getting into sculpture. I was getting into, he played eeny, meeny, miny, mo with her breast, like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by its toe. If it holler, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What is this? Look up tickets to Spain. Invite her. I pay her way. Who is that? This is some weird shit about moving to Spain but in the year 2000, I was in New Orleans. No, wait. In the year 2000, I was in New Orleans. I did not move so this is in New Orleans. This is not Europe. Look up tickets to Spain. Was I thinking of moving to Spain? In the year 2000? That's when I first arrived in New Orleans. So I'm sorry. Yeah, this is important to do this now because I don't realize really, I had a goddamn stroke. I can't even remember my own fucking life. Who was I talking about? I have no idea. What happens when you burn sand? It turns into glass. He played eeny, meeny, miny, mo with her breast. I don't remember that. I don't remember who this person is. All right, well, anyway, this was New Orleans, not Europe. Because I moved to Europe in 2005 after Hurricane Katrina. So maybe that was Ange. I don't know. Fighting for every inch of forgetting. There is an act to the ability of a forgetting, which would mean liberty. Little purchases help to forget. Yet later there could be a puzzle piece that fit into a deeper whole. A puzzle of finding liberty with capital and dead parents. Well, that's not cool. A pointless liberty of scatterbrained music that helps one to be scatterbrained. That's me now. Played in the convertible Spider. A little car called a Spider. A gray convertible. Oh, that's the James Dean. Yeah, it's just thought number 000123. He lives in an almost totally dark apartment and plays those strange old Madonna songs over and over. They sound so mechanical and odd. That's probably the slow record player. The slow record player is like a theme. Yeah, so this is still New Orleans. I'm doing architecture. You have a mouse hole. Bats live here in a little alcove. It's cool. Speaking of slow record players. So yeah, this is really fun. So this is still New Orleans. And I would get fetishistic about the type of pen that I used and stuff, you know. Oh, okay, this is cool. At dawn in the pumpkin patch, a bat flew past an old dirty Boston Red Sox cap that was left on the ground. Children's books, yeah. So I was always trying to write children's books. The blue stars are made of plaster and they turn the snow blue and bats fall into it. Frozen vines and thistles lay dormant under the moonlit snow. The day it rained, sake bottles. That's cool. To take a bath in snow, you must first carry the snow and place it in the bathtub. It's like candles underneath. Soon it will melt, and you must put candles underneath the tub to warm the snow water. That's a great idea. How long would that take, though? So children's books ideas. Bottles of sake rain down, shattering the streets and causing a pungent steam to rise. Pools and rivers of it flowed into the gutters. All of the filthy cats jumped on top of garbage cans, not wanting to get their paws wet. But some were not fast enough and were soaked as bottles crashed into the streets around them. The day it rained sake. That's funny. Yeah, some of this stuff is kind of cool, you know what I mean? Books, bats, and the library mole. That's like before Harry Potter. Look, you have a nerdy character with glasses, right? Drawing crabs with colored inks. That's a great idea, actually. Great idea. And do that all day long. Midge is Micmac for asshole. Okay, so Micmac, that's about Molly. Molly was an Indian girl that I almost married, actually, in Maine. And her father smoked the peace pipe with... that's a long story. But I was almost moved to Canada for the first time. Almost moved to Canada once, and then almost moved to Canada later. Midge is Micmac for asshole. Huh. So could I have been in Maine? I could have been in Maine at this time. Sherd was in Daleville, Alabama. We should call that number. No, but I was selling... I wanted to buy a video projector, a VCR, and a microscope. Desk, vases, lamps, carpet, preliminary books, paint, keyboard, gray walls, many white carton sheets. Oh, this is more architecture. I was really doing like architectural ideas. Aquariums, and they would involve animals. Usually the buildings had, if you have a light source coming this way, sliding glass doors triggered by motion, of course, rain drain. Yeah, this is more of the same architecture stuff. Oh, this is actually, there's some really cool stuff in here, you know. Yeah, I switched to blue. I remember switching to blue ink. I was into black ink for a while. So anyway, this is a really good workbook. This is really good ideas in here. And then it goes to, hold on. Trini's book to 2001. This is still in New Orleans. And I wrote on big chief tablets. And I switched to blue ink. Yeah. So this was a book about Henry. This guy Henry is basically me. And it was kind of a precursor to Trini's book. Yeah. So this is about having daughters. Trini's book is basically Henry and the ganglion. It means like a giant woman. Wow. Okay. And then we have Samsel. So I was writing Samsel at the same time. I was writing 2 novels at once. That's typical. So you have Trini's book, and then you'd have Samsel. But okay. So then you start. I start to switch to writing in German. He collected the rainwater inside old jars, which he slept with, by balancing them inside the protruding mattress springs. What the That sounds like something Jonathan would do. A single spot in the ceiling which rotted the mattress and used the springs to... Oh, okay, yeah, this is a different book. So this was I was always doing children's books, and these pages are upside down. Yeah, so you start doing, you have, it switches to German, and it slowly goes into German. These are children's books at the back. Oh, look. Oh, my God. Lane Woods. Look, it's Lane. So this was still in New Orleans. Yeah. I love Lane Woods. We love Lane Woods. Where are you, Lane Woods? We love you. I was obsessed with her. I had a huge crush on her. And I had so many stories. Oh, I wish there were more photos. What is this? A monster lump with dead or tired... Oh, yeah, this is cool. This is a machine which drains the energy of kittens and transfers it to me. Like it wouldn't kill the kitten, but you know how kittens have so much energy? Then the machine would drain the energy of them. Oh my God. After fucking Ginger without a condom, a dream of... Oh my God. Oh, this is weird stuff. Okay, sorry. This is unprotected sex notes. Lisa McCoy is without husband and children. Oh my God, Lisa, I'm sorry. This is a weird thing. I'm writing weird things about you. These could be dreams. Because at the end, there would also be just children's book ideas, and then you'd have the beginning would be the novel that you're working on, right? Oh, okay, so you have multiple notebooks. Yeah, so that's the first big chief, and then you have the second big chief, which is the 2001, still in New Orleans. And you have the name of the novels that I was working on. But that's cool that these are color, because you can actually see I was really into I was into blue. I remember being into blue ink, really into blue ink. I switched from black to blue. Well, that's black. But yeah, okay. So so 2001. I mean, I was really productive, and these are phone numbers. Look at this. This is so great. I actually want to call all these numbers. And then, in fact, that would be so amazing just to call Crocky Carmen. I love you, Carmen. Daniel Hammer. We love Daniel Hammer. Sukdeo Dubé. We love Sukdeo Dubé. Is he still alive? I feel guilty for not. E-Trade. I was into day trading. I was actually day trading. Henri Schindler. We love Henri Schindler. Dan Loricella. Dude. I'm sorry. I love you too. James Tabor, we love Katie. We love Katie. Keith was a dishwasher at the Hill Cafe. No, at the 3rd Street Diner, I think. Kelly, fuck you. Linda, Lugnut, we love Lugnut. Marcus Bronson, great. Mark Darnell, great composer. Mikey P. Oh, Mikey P, we love... Really, I'm brought to tears thinking of Michael Pelias. Really. Peggy Langford, hey. And Rose Willa McBurney. We love Rose Willa McBurney, too. This is New Orleans. This is when I was dating Squishy. These are... Wait, is this... It's like... This is either Bella or Cece. Silencio. These are... Yeah, so this I'm learning German, and these are drawings by Silencio. This is Squishy's daughter, I think, Bella. They're drawing in the... But children should not have been in here. Die Damenbinde, the weibliche sanitärische... Oh my God, this is a terrible thing for children to be drawing in. Das Tiermilch als Nahrung dadurch in die Brüsten haben möglicherweise sexbrüstige Ursache. This is a crazy person. This is writing, so I start to switch to German. I'm writing only in German. This is a mentally ill person. This is absolutely mental illness. Alte Glastafeln verändert seine Betrachtung zur Verzauberung, aber es war eine schöne Verankerung. It's nonsense. It's totally nonsense. Oh, and look, it's Linda teaching me German. Geht's du jetzt ins Haus? Ich habe kein Geld für das Kino. This is like gourmet. Nach dem Konzert. But yeah, this is like before I went to Goethe Institute. Look at Linda's beautiful handwriting. Wow, this is great. So, I was designing shoes. I always done that. I always design shoes for women that I love. Ich werde später abgeholt. Das wird geändert. Heute wird der Fernseher geliefert. What the fuck is this? This is me practicing German, like writing German. And look, you have shoe designs. I was into designing shoes. Yeah, this is great stuff. So this is right before I left for Cologne. And I was writing Samsel. Füchse bellen doch. Wenn ein Fuchs auf der Farm anfängt zu bellen, fallen dann nicht alle anderen mit ein? Ist das nicht eine enorme Lärmbestätigung? Lärmbelästigung. I mean, what the hell is this? Oh, and this is composition. We have 6 countertenors. You imagine 6 countertenors? That is nuts. This is just it's total mental, it's just fucking mental illness. So, 2002, wait, what the fuck? Eovecho. This is Galician. Lonchania. Arancame. Rip me off. Dende. Yeah, it should definitely be Dende. Dende, not Don. But why is there Galician on here? It's 2002. I was still in New Orleans. Okay, I must have just written that. I mean, no, I mean, that's weird. I must have just used that paper because it says 2002, but why is there Galician here? That is so weird. So what is this then? This is 2002. In 2002, I was in New Orleans. That's before Hurricane Katrina. Yeah, 2001 to 702 workbook. So why is there whatever? Oh, look. I love when there's photographs. That's me in Maine. Oh, wow, this is cool. Honestly, I haven't looked at these in a long time. Wow, this is really cool, actually. Oh, yeah. This is Daddy. Kids and craft draw and story, yeah. Oh, so these are not on microfilm. This is the only copy of these notebooks. And I was using blue ink. This is like a piece of toilet paper. Oh, what? What is this? Oh my God. This is hashish. This is hashish. Oh my God. That is... This is fucking hash. Oh my God. This is weird. Where did this go? This is... Sherd sent this. Sherd and Ange sent this. Oh my God, I'm totally gonna... Oh my God, this is... What the hell? Yeah. There's Sherd and Jane. There's Sherd and Jane. This is amazing. There is hashish in this book. So it hasn't been touched. Really, like, I haven't looked at this stuff. Like, well, I must have been because I wrote Galician here, but... What the hell? That is weird. So that's Maine. Wow, this is really blowing my mind. I am tempted to smoke this right now. Like, this is fucking hashish, but it's like petrified. It's over 20 years old. Oh my God, I'm tempted to smoke that. Thanks for your visit. I remember, Sherd, this was sent to me by Sherd and Ange when they were in India, or they went all over the world, Sherd and Ange. And oh, so we have Jonathan here. We have the book of... So I'm still writing the same novels. God, what else are we going to find in here? Hey, there's Kate Radigan. Hey, Kate. We love you. We love Kate Radigan. She's great. Taxi stories for Nate. Yeah, Kate wrote... she was a taxi driver. Wow, this was really cool. This is just... Honestly, I'm not faking this. Like, really, there is hashish in this book. Daddy. That must have been... That was not Bella. Wait, is there another photo here? Yeah, the photos are really interesting to me. Oh, look at Sebastian. Look at Sebastian. I'm so in love with her. I'm still in love with her. If she's watching this, I love you. She's so amazing, amazing woman. I love you, Sebastian. This is great. I was into... What's this about Quebec? This is about Sebastian. I was so in love with her. I used to, she lived above the Smitties in New Orleans, and I used to ride my motorcycle below. She had no phone. She had no cell phone. And I used to ride my motorcycle below her window and just yell, Sebastian! And she'd come, if she was home, she'd come down and I would take her on motorcycle rides. And she was great. She's a crazy person like me. She used to run in her pajamas, like all over the city. Like you'd see her like at like 7 a.m, running in like, I think it was like a Superman like outfit. Like she was a nut. She was a crazy person. I loved her. We're all crazy people. There's another photo. Okay, so Shirt and Jane, yeah. Oh, look, it's Henry. It's Henry. Hey, Henry. Yeah, so this appears to be a more autobiographical. I'm interested in the drugs. Like, what other drugs are we going to find in here, you know? That is nuts. Yeah, Shirt and Jane actually sent me hashish from a foreign country. I was like, that's a stupid thing to do. You know, don't send me drugs in the mail. I was not into drugs. Now I'm into drugs. Like, I love drugs. But back then I was into writing, obviously. I was not into even drinking. I didn't even drink. I only started drinking in New Orleans, actually. So. Oh, Tia. Look, it's Tia Link. We love Tia Link. Yeah, this is more like autobiographical. I don't know what's going on here. All right, so I don't know why there's Galician on here. I must have been studying my vocabulary, but this is great. This notebook, I kept from, this is when I returned to New Orleans after, it doesn't appear to have a date. Nate Tabor, Italiano, sostanze verbi. I was studying Italian. Summer 2008. So you have a big gap. Oh, okay, so this is 2005. 2005, 2008, 2009. So it goes chronologically. And then I was working on Samsel. This is when I moved to Europe. So now I'm in Europe. And you see it's all in German. I start writing everything in German. Well, it's mixed. She chewed gum constantly. Her thoughts ran at the speed of her chewing jaw. Yes, it's Cece, the neighbor. Oh my God, I have hashish right here. This is so weird. That's so weird. The yellow children. The red children. Well, are they red or yellow? It's funny. I mean, God, who knows what we're going to find in here? Robert Morin. So yeah, I was in. Oh, and here you have more. You have more phone numbers. Robert Morin. So we start. Amy Garlick. We love you, Amy Garlick. This is when I lived in Cologne, Germany. But Linda lived in Vienna here in Fassangasse. They're the same people. I would call these people drunk, actually. Yeah, and then I'm studying German. But this notebook is really precious. There's like a lot of great stuff in here. It's a lot of Italian. I think it starts Zelia. We love Zelia. So it's a lot of Italian. Scuro, cielo, celeste. This is the problem that learning Spanish, they're so similar that it fucked with me, you know. You really have to choose Italian or Spanish. It's so hard to do both. But my Italian is not bad, actually. I should go over these, because you see how serious I was about learning Italian. Nate's expenses, rent, 189. What? Plus 100. Oh, and I was paying rent to Elizabeth. We don't like that we do not like that person. Motorcycle Dan. Sorry, Dan. Food, 260. Gas, 40. $40 for gas. Is this a month? Yeah, because it's a motorcycle. I was riding a motorcycle. Books, 200. So my rent was 189, but I paid 200 for books. July, court fee. Well, that is Cleo. Cleo, if you're watching this, that was I paid 300. The total expenses for the month are 2,000. That's not so bad. August, estimated, this is Kelly. Thank you. That's actually nice of Kelly. We're not angry at you anymore. You just need to apologize to me about being a dumb bitch. Once you apologize to me, then you're forgiven. But until you apologize, you're out. Because you're a dumb person. But that was nice of you to go over and do the... So it's more Italian. Anyway, this is... I went back to New Orleans and I was working for Henri Schindler, and I was very serious about learning Italian. Yeah, this is like so much Italian. And then it's mainly Italian. Couch, bed, Magini copies, cookware, carpet, laptop. Yeah, okay, so... And then... Vienna, that's when I moved to Vienna. And, well, I moved back to Vienna. The Polnisches Lokal. To go to a Polish bar. Vienna, 2009. Anyway, you get the idea. I think that it's just a lot of crazy... The Browsen tablet of aspirin floats along in my mindless shopping bag for months. The neighborhood west of Neptune Street, that's in Coney Island. Coney Island turns suddenly Latino and gets dirtier. Sitting on the benches at Brighton Beach, slowly drinking Russian beer. That's a great thing. This is... I think that's it. Oh, look, Ruja. So this was when I was dating Ruja. Yeah. This is funny. This is like the time that I could spend with friends, like in New Orleans. Mac. We love Mac. Anyway, I guess that's it for now. So we're remembering all that. Oh, this is like who you could stay with your friends. Like Paniotis, 2 days. Mikey, 5 days. Gallo, 3 days. Hassan, only 1 day. Come on, Hassan. We can stay with Hassan as many long. Maxi, 2 days. Domi, 2 days. Alex, 5 days with Alex. Thank you, Alex. David, 1 day. Only 1 day? Come on. Marcus, 5 days with Marcus. Tom, as many as needed. Thank you, Tom. It's nice of you. It's Sammy. Only 2 days with Sammy? Really? Come on. We're staying with Sammy for months and months. That's funny. That's really funny. 200 zloty equals 50 euros. 400. So naturally 400 would equal This is my crazy 800 zlotys equals 200 euros? Does that add up? Like, I had 1,800 zlotys. 600, Stuart paid 600 for a violin? Really? 400 for a bow? 400 to pets. On the 21st, we go to Łódź, Poland, where I was acting in movies. All right, I guess that's it. And the last one is this one. This is a long, stupid video. Nate, like, now I'm signing them, like... This appears to be just like a notebook of... What the hell is this? Warum hat das Piepchen seine Bewusstsein verloren? What? Weil von Furcht in die Zähne des Schakal zu liegen? What? To be? Why did the little baby chicken lose his consciousness? Because he was afraid to... This is the crazy person who can't write German. It appears to say, why does the baby chicken lose consciousness? Because he was afraid to be in the teeth of the jackal? Dingo Ohrige, that's a word, yeah. Die aufrechtstehende Ohren. Like, that makes sense. Yeah, a dingo Ohrig. You know, a dog that has ears like a dingo, you know. This is just a crazy person. It's a fucking crazy person. Unterseitige und Bauchpelz abzubalgen und wünschte strebig nach einen Schlupfwinkel. That's a cool word, actually. Schlupfwinkel in den Käfig dessen als... what the hell? I mean, this is just a crazy person. It is a crazy person. A baby born in the sleepy houses that lay at the foot of a giant brewery building, the air of and his breath would be scented with the boiling malt and hum. Oh, that's a good idea. A baby born near a brewery. He resembles a beagle, but his hair is longer and scruffy, and his nose elongated and thin to claim that breeding. He also had a dull, greasy sheen to his coat from crawling in between trash cans and rooting through garbage. I saw the little girl's pink Snoopy book bag, and I was sheltering him north. All right, well, that's it for now. This is a gay ghost in the gutter. A gay ghost. Ich bin das guy. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, this is a children's book. I was writing a children's book about the organs going through the gutter. It's a great book, actually. I finished it. All right, well, that's it. Jesus Christ. That's what we're done. That was a long damn video, 1 hour. But now I remember, and hopefully that makes you happy.